Hey guys, welcome back to my solo fighter Illusionist playthrough. We're going to be doing the Cult of the Unseeing Eye, and it's going to be fairly straightforward at this point. So most of the area I'm just going to run through. I do kill all the enemies just to do it, but I am completely maxed out at this point, so it's fairly pointless for me to even bother. But I do it anyway.
Not a concern. I hope this is worth it. Time is up for you, my friend. Scream! Scream for mercy!
You'll notice that Cromfair has its +5 electric damage bonus, which is of course very helpful, especially for going through stuff like Stone Skin.
Still. Let's do this quick and clean. Yeah. Hold still. Yes?
Since we have no way of actually healing this enemy normally, I end up having to use the Rod of Resurrection on it. But it is effective. So one thing to note is to remember to come back to this area when you kill the Unseeing Eye, because you get another 40,000 experience or so from doing nothing except coming back here.
What is it? I hope this is worth it. Scream! Scream! Let's do this quick and painful. Please do not hurt us, Bodhi.
Kneel and repent.
I'll see to it.
I do swap to the A-star for this area because it's all undead in here. We're also going to fight the Lich that appears here. Once again, I think it is a leveled spawn, so if you come in here at a lower level, I don't think you'll see him. But he's fairly straightforward at this point. I end up just using Sunray on him.
Let's do this quick and
I could have also picked up the Helm of Brilliance from Ribald, because I think that has a Sunray charge on it as well.
Time is up for you. Time is up for you, my friend. It's done. Time
I end up casting Breach here, but I'm pretty sure this Lich had Skull Trap or something up, so it didn't actually do anything. And I needed to wait until his protection from magical weapons was done anyway.
I'm there. Yeah.
It's kind of amusing to me at this point that beholders have pretty much no danger factor to us, just because they literally cannot hit us with any of their spells. And I thought I would definitely need the Shield of Baldur on or anything like that, but this character's saves are just so good that it doesn't even matter.
Scream! Scream for mercy! Let's do this. Quicker your pain. Yeah. Time is up for you. Yeah.
Of course, if you are doing this fight the normal way, then you just want to use the Rift of Ice on this guy. He does seem to use Improved Mantle, but I end up just casting Spell Immunity Abjuration in case he casts Imprisonment. I don't actually know if he does or not. And then I just breach him anyway, so it's just, yeah, not a very difficult fight, even without that Rift of Ice. So we're going to hand in this quest, and then we're going to head to the Graveyard District. It's going to take us pretty much no time at all to kill Bodhi, and then we can pretty much continue with the end of the game. There is a few forest areas that do open up at Chapter 6, but there's very little that you actually do there. There is a side quest for Corrin from the first game, but aside from that, it's not really worth my time at this point, I would say. There's no real special items that I need there as far as I know, so I'm just going to skip those.
Yes? Yes? I hope this is worth it.
This is the end of things.
I'll see to it.
Rest your mind in my heart. Rest.
What is it? I hope this is worth it. I'll see to it. It's done.
Your return was foreseen, though what you would say is unknown.
I'm there.
And we're going to go ahead and finish up the graveyard district. So there is only one entrance you can go in to head to the same area you were at before. But first we kill a few vampires to begin with. Now, the Easter is probably more effective on these guys for now, or the Mace of Disruption. But I do want to get my use out of the Cromfair. Plus the damage is good. Especially when you can use critical strike as well. Most vampires seem like they don't wear a helmet at all, so you can crit them. Or they don't have immunity to critical hits at all.
Scream for mercy.
If you had actually asked Drist for help, he would meet you over here. I do also drop the holy water into the pool of blood here, but I don't know what that actually does, because I never really noticed any difference in terms of if there's less vampires or if they're worse at fighting. I never really noticed. And there's quite a few here, so I end up using Incendiary Cloud again.
Let's do this quick and clean. Let's do this quick and clean.
One item that we are going to pick up that is going to be useful is the Legacy of the Master Gloves. I'm going to finally take those AC gloves off and put those on so they give +2 damage and +1 to Thaco. Aside from that, they're not that useful, and we will be getting an upgrade to those gloves at the bottom of Watcher's Keep.
This is worth it.
And so it shall end here. Welcome.
You're going to see me absolutely destroy Bodhi here. She pretty much dies in 1 round or so with improved haste. And I end up using Incendiary Cloud on the rest of the enemies.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, I'll see to it. What is it? I hope that... Yeah, I'll see to it. It's done.
So, pretty much the entire rest of this episode is going to be me selling stuff. I actually forgot that I don't have a belt equipped currently because I used it to make the Cromfair. So I put on the golden girdle I got from the Mage Stronghold quest. I don't really know if there's a better equip that I could put in that slot, but for now I'm just going to use that probably. So I'm going to sell off a bunch of stuff here, and then after the cut, I'm going to decide to pretty much wrap up everything that we need to do here. So I'm going to pick up the Defender of East Haven, which I may or may not use. It could be useful along with Hardiness eventually, but probably going to be unlikely that I use it very much. And we're going to also sell off a bunch of the gems that I have, because I really don't need many of the upgrades in Throne of Ball either. So one of the things that I forget to do here is I probably should memorize at least one cast of Death Fog, which is a level 6 spell. I'll probably do that before the next video starts, just to just to have it. I won't need it most likely for chapter 7, but it is useful to have just in case summons come up, because they will die instantly if they go into the fog. So I'm pretty much just going to sell off everything here. I also go ahead and make the equalizer. Now I think I did mention this before, but the equalizer was changed so it no longer gives a damage boost to your main hand weapon, which is pretty much makes it completely useless in my opinion. It wasn't a very good weapon to begin with, but it could give I think a +6 damage boost to your main hand weapon, which isn't terrible. But the fact that you get it so late, you need to pick up the pieces from the Underdark, and then you get it now, it's just kind of underwhelming. I decided to make it anyway, but apart from that, we don't really do much else in this video. And then I head to the Underdark entrance to begin chapter 7. So I'm going to let the entire rest of this selling process play out. I do also recharge the Rod of Resurrection and Wand of Cloudkill that I've been using. I haven't really been using the Rod of Resurrection, to be honest, but I recharge the uses on those. And I still end up with, I think, over 300,000 gold after all that's said and done. I don't think I'm missing anything that I really need to out. No scrolls that I really need to. I got all the ones that I really wanted off for Bald, and any others that we want, we'll likely get them in Throne of Ball anyway. But apart from that, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out, and I'll see you guys for the conclusion of Shadows of Amn, most likely.
If it must be done, it's probably best left to me. Hey, not a concern. I hope this is worth it.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale. Me timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
What is it? I hope this is worth it. Yeah, I'll see to it.
I got some cheap beer for ya.
Well, you look like the sort who has more than 2 gold pieces to rub together.
It's done. I'm there.